Hey there, PTPOP here on Call Center Survivor, where I lead you out of the rabbit hole one grain of truth at a time. Today I'm going to be discussing reactions to getting laid off, and I'm going to be showing you some videos that individual former employees of corporations have posted to TikTok and YouTube. And I want to start off by asking you to give me a thumbs up for this video. Subscribe if you like what I do here. Share these videos. This is the cheapest and easiest way to help support this channel without over any of the cashola over it. If you do happen to have an extra few dollars or so, please join my YouTube channel by paying for a membership where you get behind the scenes information and behind the scenes videos about my channel as well as my Patreon channel.
Start my 2025. I was just laid off. This is actually the first time I've ever been laid off, so I don't really know what to even do or how to process anything.
It's really hard. The first time I got laid off, it was devastating. I didn't even know what laid off was. I was 26 years old, and I remember the guy that laid me off said, "We're laying you off," and I said, "I'm being fired." He said, "No, you're being laid off. We've had some changes in the budget, yada yada yada," and I was so confused. I had no idea what was going on. I never experienced this at all, ever even been disciplined or fired from a job.
I just dropped off my laptop. It sucks the most because I seriously was only at this company for 2 months. I literally got this job in October and loved every single second of it. Unfortunately, the company was acquired and a lot of us were let go.
Yeah, acquisitions and mergers are a death knell. If you're in a company right now and you know they're merging with somebody, you can expect layoffs. I've seen it every single time, and I've worked in lots of companies. 1988. Anytime a company merges, somehow they just seem how to forget how to manage the money. Well, I think we overspent, Bill. I guess we're going to have layoffs.
So I probably shouldn't come on and do this because that's like probably unprofessional or things that you shouldn't do, but that's just who I am. I share the good, the bad, and the ugly. And unfortunately, this morning I got let go from my job in a series of layoffs. And it's just really devastating.
So what do these men and women do? Predominantly men, they're at the top of the big corporations that decide to start swinging the axe. As I've said, I believe it's of my opinion. This has not been proven scientifically. It may have been proven, but from my own personal point of view, these are sociopaths, psychopaths at the top. They think about one thing, money. And they think about their sex lives. They think about their mistresses they've got on the side in their tropical islands, little resort that they own, and they can run off on their little yacht with their leather mistress and get their jollies. Well, they bring young ladies like this to tears because they just forgot how to manage the money in the company. Hey, we just kind of overspent. The economy got bad. We merged with somebody. Doesn't matter. They don't look at you as human. They look at you as just a necessary evil to make them wealthy.
Because this was truly my dream job. I couldn't have been more happy here. I was about to hit my 3-year anniversary and was hoping for, a promotion. And
one thing I've noticed with many of these videos, 90% of the people that are expressing their sadness and their anger of getting laid off are women. And I just wonder why so many women are getting laid off. I didn't find a lot of men. Maybe men just don't post it. I don't think men go on the video and cry. I didn't cry the 2 times I got laid off, which that might be just a way the 2 different sexes handle stressful situations like that. A lot of women getting laid off these days.
Some of my benefits were going to change, and it was just...
She's very upset. And most of these people are very upset.
Making the unfortunate and difficult decision to reduce the size of Discord's workforce by 17%. This means we are saying goodbye to 170 of our talented colleagues. By 10:30 a.m. Pacific time, everyone will receive an email.
Now this is from Discord, and this is from December 1st of 2024. Just a couple months old. And Discord, I thought, was this big, successful company, but I guess they're even having layoffs.
You will learn whether or not your employment has been impacted by this reduction in force. I find out if I'm laid off in 20 minutes. Breakup text.
So she gets an announcement on a Zoom call saying they're having a reorganization and a restructuring. And she's going to, they tell everybody on this call, they're all going to get an email. If they've been impacted and their jobs are gone, they'll get the email. I guess if they're not impacted, they'll get another message, or they won't get a message at all. So they make them sit and wait for 20 minutes. Can you imagine just the torture, sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting, wondering if you're getting laid off or not?
Email. Yeah, I got the email. Holy shit,
It says,
dude.
Dear Chloe, it is with heavy hearts that we inform you that your role has been impacted by our company-wide reduction in force. Your employment with Discord is ending. Your last day of work will be probably today.
Dude, I am laid off. Fuck! Oh my god!
I gotta be a new type of California lingo.
Oh, wow.
Just bought a house too. Just bought a house. That almost happened to me the second time I got laid off. I was just about to make an offer on a house in Mayfield Heights, Ohio. And the axe fell. I'm like, oh, thank God I didn't buy that house. It would like triple my mortgage payment, what I was already paying.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm fucking laid off! Holy shit, dude! You need to cancel your day! That's crazy. This is how I'm gonna go? 17% is a lot.
We decided to part ways with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop you right there. Also, why are you doing this and not my manager? Not, we've never met, so this seems a little odd.
It is, yeah. When I got laid off from WorldCom, they brought total strangers in because my boss was too much of a pussy to talk to me. They barely trained me. They threw me in this job. It was a sink or swim situation. Fucking a-holes.
My manager has no idea that this has been happening, and the director has no idea that this has been happening. So I'm just...
Oh, your manager knows, son. Your manager knows. And a lot of people get laid off and they think it's just spur of the moment. No, this stuff is planned months in advance. So if you think this is just like the manager just woke up on Monday morning, decided to lay everybody off. No, the people at the very top, the CFO, the chief financial officer, the CEO, the president, all the people sat down and said, we need to start swinging the axe or we're going to go out of business. And they started looking at the numbers well in advance of the end of the previous year. Trust me, this isn't something that's due spontaneously.
Definitely confused, and I would love like an explanation that makes sense. Also,
You're not going to get an explanation. Don't ask for an explanation. Don't push back during these layoffs. You're not going to talk yourself back into a job. You're going to make yourself look bad. If there's a chance of you getting called back, and I got called back from my first job that I got laid off from in the early 1990s, if you push back and you just sound like a mega asshole or a bitch, they're not going to call you back, even if they, if they were even having just a splinter of a thought of calling you back in case they have a swing in the positive, they get back in the black. You're just ruining your chances of ever getting back with that company if you freak out.
Every single one-on-one I've had with my manager, every conversation I've had with him, he has been giving me nothing but, I am doing a great job, I have had great activity, I have really great meetings. So I disagree that my performance hasn't been, I haven't met performance expectations.
So this up here in the description of this video says I don't know how to pronounce her name, Brittany, I think it's Peach, Pietsch. This is from January 16th of 2024, so it's a year old. Has gone viral after sharing a video of her being laid off from Cloudflare without reason. The 9-minute TikTok shows a calm and collected Brittany on a virtual meeting in Cloudflare HR representatives where she confronts them about reasons. They don't need reasons to. I don't know if this is a termination or if this is a layoff. The layoff, it more likely has nothing. Yeah, this is layoff. It has nothing to do with her performance. My wife just had gotten the President's Award from her company. They flew her to San Francisco. She met the top dog at her company, the big guy, the CEO. They took her to lunch. They flew her out there. They paid for her hotel. And then within a year, she was laid off, or within a couple of years, she was laid off. She was the top performer. It has nothing to do with your performance. In some cases, it does. they look at dead weight. They look at people that aren't pulling their weight, and they get rid of them too. But there's a lot of people, top performers, get laid off. So let me slip down here too. This is a fairly famous one. This is where Sears, a few years ago, lays off employees. This particular employee is videotaping her layoff from 2023 or 2022, I'm sorry. And she just finished training with Sears. She just changed her whole life. She quit another job to come over here, and she's getting laid off via Zoom call. And she freaks out with these people, and she just tells them to stick it in their ass, stick it in their pie hole.
Addresses on file with the company. If you do not have a personal email on file with us, someone from HR or from Human Resources will contact you to obtain a suitable email address. You will also have the option to schedule time with Human Resources to discuss your information in more detail if desired. Details on how to request a meeting.
I'm assuming all these people on the screen that she's recording are her managers
Human Resources
or executives within the company. Now, in defense of the company, at least the people that she knows and her managers on the call laid her off, and they did it to her, quote, face to face. Most companies are spineless and will bring somebody in from HR that never met before.
Email you receive. In addition, you will receive instructions on how to return all company assets. Please refer.
Now, watch this guy down here. These are all executives and managers. This guy looks totally sociopathic. He's totally detached from the situation. He doesn't care.
Questions related to your personal health benefits, financial benefits.
If you know anything about Sears, when I was a kid, Sears was a major department store that we all shopped at. We always went there to buy like lawnmowers and TV sets and things like that. It was the place you went to buy sturdy, well-made goods. At its peak, Sears had 3,500 stores. Now in the United States alone, only 15 stores left. So as you listen to this call, this woman freaks out and she says something like, well, I'd never want to work for you again. Well, she doesn't have to worry about that because they're gone. They're pretty much gone.
Or other benefits to the Associate Service Center via 88 Sears. So that's 88sears.com. After this general announcement, your IT systems will be turned off and your last day of work will end.
So you guys basically fired us by turning off our access to the systems.
Well, and we did not do that. That was, just part of what they did, and that's why you were having those issues this morning where you got kicked off of the system. So they did that.
This is unbelievable. We just spent 3 weeks training for this.
Hear the emotion.
Busting our asses basically for no money, and you guys have the gall to fire us the day before we're supposed to go in the house? This is the most unbelievable thing I have ever heard. We busted our asses for you guys.
Look at the guy down here. Second from the top. He's just looking out the window. Hey, squirrel out there. I don't care what this broad is saying. I got my coffee. I got my knit cap, and I got my squirrels outside.
We committed to this company. You were responsible for us. Jesus Christ. I mean, are you guys kidding me? This is unbelievable. This is so disrespectful that you just fired us all over Zoom. Unbelievable. Did you just hear about the guy that fired all his employees over Zoom?
I'm going to show you that video at the end of this video. I'm going to show you that one. Another company fired 900 people through Zoom.
And told them that they are end of their termination today? Did you guys hear about him? It's the same thing. This is wrong. I have never...
Stocking cap say, oh my God, she's getting mad. Hey, honey, have you seen the giraffe?
Treated a staff person like this. And I have managed teams up to 1,000 people. I've had to let people go. And you know what? I did it in person.
Not anymore, hon. They don't do it that way anymore. Nobody has the spine in this country anymore.
You guys should be ashamed.
They're not.
Blake, this this is a corporate decision.
I don't care. David, you could have done something. You could have told us earlier. You could have called us into the office. You could have shown up at our homes to let us know this is going on.
No, they're not going to do that, lady. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry this is so upsetting to you, but they have to consider a variety of things. When they're getting rid of staff, they have to consider sabotage. They have to consider sabotage, especially in this day and age when everybody's gun happy and bomb happy and all that other stuff. They're not going to give you advance warning because you could toss your laptop out the window or bring a gun into work. They're not going to do that, and they're never going to give anybody heads up because they could run if they run to the media with it. It could affect their stock. It could affect all kinds of things. It has to be done as professionally and as quietly as possible. Some people have layoffs and the media never even knows about it.
Instead of firing us via Zoom.
We basically found out about an hour ago.
That's bullshit. He says, we just basically found out about an hour ago. That's complete horseshit. Sears has been restructuring for several years. As I said, at their peak in the 1980s or 90s, they had 3,500 stores. Today, December 23rd, 2025, they have 15 stores left in the whole United States and Puerto Rico, something like that. These guys know what they're doing. They knew way in advance they were letting all these people go. Why would you bring more people? This is what I don't understand. They brought this lady on, put her through training for 3 weeks in the hopes that she'd be working, I guess, in a store. And they knew. They had to all have known way in advance because these restructurings are done 6 months to a year ahead of time because they have to figure out the number. They have to figure out how many stores they need to have, how many stores they can let go, what markets are they going to keep the stores open. This isn't done overnight. It takes a long time, a lot of strategy, a lot of accounting. A lot of people look at this. So he's full of complete horse crap.
You guys, Sears does this to us. What does this say about your company? I just spent 3 weeks learning how great Sears is. Well, guess what? Your company's story kind of sucks now.
Well, I don't know if she really realizes or if she is as sharp as I thought she was, because if you have any foresight, you're going to research the company before you take a job with them and see if they've had restructurings. This company is not even really in business anymore. There's 15 stores left out of 3,500. She doesn't. The history of the company is dead. This company is completely put. This is a major cornerstone in American department store history. This used to be one of the big stores along with JCPenney's that everybody shopped at. And they're gone. They're basically just gone.
You should be ashamed of yourselves. You should have called us directly. Each person, I should have heard from Dawn. You guys should
They're
have
not ashamed of themselves, not because they're psychopaths. Their store is dying. Their entire corporation is dead. And it's gone because of the internet. And people don't shop in department stores anymore. I can't remember the last time we go to Kohl's every now and then and buy crappy clothes. Like this is from Kohl's. These things at Kohl's I buy, they're gone. They wear out in a couple of years. They're going to toss them in the trash.
Sales manager, Linda, you should have called. No, you embarrassed us and humiliated us by putting us on Zoom.
I don't understand how she's embarrassed and humiliated. This is probably the most economical, quick, and easy way to reach out to everybody instead of having to waste the manpower, the time, and the money, to spend on a company that's hemorrhaging blood and money. They didn't do this to humiliate her. I don't know how she's humiliated like that.
I hope you think real hard before you lay off employees again about how crap it is to do it via Zoom after our access to our computers were cut off and we knew we were fired anyway. This is not a company that I ever want to work with.
You're not going to have to worry about it, hon. The company's gone. This is not a company I want to work with. They are gone.
Company that I will ever let into my home. This is a company that I'm going to post this on the internet so everybody's real aware how Sears handles their business. I'm going to end this call right now because I am so frustrated and I have nothing to say to anyone except you're mean, you're unprofessional, and none of you care about us. Goodbye.
Yeah, I understand her emotion. I understand her emotion and her saying they're mean and thoughtless. This is a company that is just is dying a quick death, and it's it's gone. They're gone now. And these people didn't do this to hurt her or to humiliate her. She's just having a visceral and a very emotional reaction to the situation, which is understandable. And I bet you most of these people for the company anymore. This video is from 3 years ago. And as I said, go through a lot of there's a huge emotional upheaval. Now here's the guy from Better.com, CEO, and he lays off 900 people for a Zoom call. And it's pretty funny, some of the things he says in here.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining.
You know, when people start saying that they're discuss something I'm really not very to say.
I come to you with not great news. The market has changed, as you know, and we have to move with it in order to survive so that hopefully we can continue to thrive and deliver on a mission. This isn't news that you're going to want to hear, but ultimately it was my decision, and I wanted you to hear from me. It's been a really, really challenging decision to make. This is the second time in my career I'm doing this, and I do not want to do this. The last time I did it, I cried.
He cried. The last time he did it, he cried. Oh my God. Where do they get these guys to run companies?
Where do they teach you to talk like this? In some Panama City sailor want a hump bar? Sell crazy someplace else. We're all stocked up here.
This time I hope to be stronger.
This time I hope to be stronger. Oh.
But we are laying off about 15% of the company for a number of reasons. The market, efficiency, and performances, and productivity. If you're on this call, you are part of the unlucky group.
Fuck you, dude.
That is being laid off. Your employment here is terminated. Effective.
You're terminated.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Motherfucker.
You're terminated, fucker.
So as you can see, when you get laid off, it creates a huge amount of emotion, a huge upheaval. It's a very gut-wrenching experience that I don't wish on anyone. And I do believe that many of these companies are sociopathic. Their operations are run strictly for profit. You're just a necessary evil to make the people at the top wealthy. And they don't care if they let you go. They can't care because it's business. It's just the way it works. But you experience, all kinds of things: denial, anger, depression. You go crazy over this. So let me know if you've been laid off and what your reaction was like and how you dealt with it. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Comment in here and let me know what your experience has been as a laid off employee. And let me know how you've been ever since you've been laid off. If it was, in fact, an opening to something better, or did your life change dramatically after you got laid off for the worse? All right, PTPOP. I'll talk to y'all later. Hasta la vista, baby.
Would you like fries with that? Would you like fries with that?